guys, it's Christine at Christine Mrs. Gillen Farms, and welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. We are wrapping up Wild Game November 2024. I started on day 1, November 1st. I will be posting a video on November 30th. And I am bringing to you, to close out Wild Game November, pizza, venison sausage. Okay, anyway, stay tuned, watch how we did this, but I do want to have at the end, I've got taste tests and I've got some thank yous to give, so come back. Okay, now what I'll do is just shake it really good. And then again, it's 1 tablespoon to 1 pound of meat. And I'm just gonna be making 2 pounds of meat. But now I've got this available to me whenever I wanna make some sausage, homemade sausage. Okay, we're gonna get our 2 pounds of ground venison. And alrighty, I've got my 2 pounds of ground venison, and now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of our venison sausage, or our sausage mixture. I'm going to add that to this, and then I'm going to go in with my hands. So if you can't handle that, avert your eyes. But I'm going to go in and get this good mixed up. I'm going to go wash my hands again. I would use my stand mixer, but I'm using it for another activity right now. So I'm going to go wash my hands. We'll come back and then we'll get this mixed up together. Of the venison sausage recipes that I found, have you do the grinding of the venison with pork fat, or that way you get some pork sausage, and then you do it together. I'm an advocate of, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just make pork sausage. One of the reasons they do that is just to give some fat content to the sausage, but I'm not interested in that. It'll cook up just fine. I'm going to add a little bit of water if I need to give me moisture to get this cooked through. But I'm going to let this set for like an hour, and then we will bring it over to the stovetop. And I'm just going to fry it up. Not all of it. I'll probably just do a pound for the pizza. The other I'll put into patties, and then I will freeze those. Oh, that was the cookies. That's the other activity for the KitchenAid. All right, so I'm going to keep mixing this through. The meat's extremely cold, so it just feels just absolutely wonderful. But I'm going to keep mixing that through so I don't have big gulps in here. And then I'll put it in the refrigerator. Pizza, venison sausage. Okay, anyway. Stay tuned, watch how we did this, but I do want to have at the end, I've got taste tests and I've got some thank yous to give. So come back and we'll start working on the dough, because that'll need a good hour to rise. And while that's rising, then we can cook the sausage, and it should be just about perfect timing. So this will come along nicely. All right, I'll bring you back. Okay, let's get our yeast going first so it can bloom. So I have 1 package of, I just got the Fleischmann's Active Dry Yeast, the original. You don't want the rapid for this. I'm going to let it bloom for 5 or 7 minutes. I want to make sure. I've just got some warm water to touch. In fact, I just got it out of the faucet, tap water. Let's throw in our yeast, all those little lovelies. Okay. And then I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of water okay, so warm water. We want it to be, was it 100 to 110 Fahrenheit? And any hotter than that, it's going to kill your yeast. And I did check the temperature. Okay, I'm going to give that a stir. And then we'll get our sugar put in there so it activates it. And then we'll need just 1 tablespoon had the sugar out for doing cookies while ago, so 1 tablespoon of just regular sugar. You could use honey if you want to, or I'm sure some other, I don't know, what other sweeteners you'd want to use for that. Okay. Let that stir. If it does not start bubbling, we'll try it again because, of course, as you know, most of you know that if it doesn't start blooming, then it means this is bad. And I've had this in the freezer. I bought it just the other day when I was buying groceries for Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, we're gonna let it do its thing and then we'll come back. We're gonna get 5 or 7 minutes. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this beautiful frothiness, but we are ready for cookies, like I said. Now, what I just did was I took my bowl because it's kind of cold in the house and heated it up just with some regular water or just tap water just to get the bowl a little bit warm because I didn't want to throw this in here. So here's our yeast and our sugar going in. I could have started it in the bowl, the mixer bowl, but again, I was afraid it was cold and that it would get cold. I was gonna heat it up, but it was already cold, I noticed, before I started that. So I thought, now I'll just warm it up. I'll make sure it blooms. And it did. Okay, super simple, super simple. It's gonna be 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You could use bread flour if you wanted to. It gives you I don't know, more chewier, like thick crust maybe. I don't like it. I kind of like what they call a hand toss. So this is going to give us in between, it's going to give us about a hand toss. You can roll this out really thin to get a thin crust. In fact, I've been one of those people almost like it like a cracker. But this one's going to be more like a hand toss without being hand tossed. If that makes sense. Alrighty, 2 cups. And we're going to let this mixer do the work. This is so simple that I could have used my hands to do this, but my it's turning cold and my little arthritic fingers and hands just not in about it right now. Okay, and then we want to do 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 3 quarters tablespoon of salt. Excuse me, a teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Good grief. Measuring with my, as they say, with love. One other things I'm going to add in here is my sweet friend Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead. This is her special blend called We Italian, and I'm going to add that in there. Just to give it a little bit more pep. And you can add anything you want to your dough. You could leave it plain. You could add garlic powder, garlic salt, just rosemary, whatever. But I'm going to use this We Italian. It is wonderful. I'm going to put probably we'll do a tablespoon. Okay, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Look how beautiful that is. We Italian. Thank you, Ginger. We'll do a teaspoon and a half. Okay. Then I'm going to let this beautiful thing do the work for me. Okay, we're going to start low just to get it incorporated and then let it start coming together, and then I'll move it up to low medium. So I'm going to do low right now. And I'm sure you don't want to hear this, so I'm going to put you on mute. Well, I'll just mute it whenever we get to that point in the video because I don't have a microphone or anything to mute this. Okay, now I'm gonna okay, now I'm gonna bump this up to low medium, and I'm just gonna let it go. I know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna stop it for just a minute. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let me grab a spatula. This mixer, I love it. I've had it, oh, see, I think I got it when my grandson was born, actually, our oldest, and he's 19. He turned 19 in October. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so it's about 19 years old. It's doing great. Knock on wood. I had bought another one of those bigger ones, and I wound up giving that to my daughter because this was plenty. Okay, let's start low again. And then we'll go, when I started on low medium. I'm just gonna let it go for a little bit, do its thing, do the work. If I have to, I will add a little bit of water if I see that it's not coming together, which I'm seeing it is, but you know when you're working with flour and anything that's moisture, give it a little bit of time. Okay, I'll bring you back when it's a little bit better, when it's just done a little bit more work. And if I do add, okay, I decided to add just a tad bit of water, just a little bit, and I'm gonna see what that does. Let's see here, lock it back down. You know, sometimes it's not, you can follow the directions, but it depends on the humidity level, how dry it is in the house. You just have to work with it. You just got to know your dough and the temperatures you're working with. And if it's too dry, you add a little water. If it's too wet, you add a little bit of flour. But I always say, don't immediately, if it looks so wet, don't immediately start throwing flour in there. Just let the moisture absorb into the flour and see what happens. I'm gonna let this go. I'm probably gonna let this go 5 or 7 minutes, and I know you don't want to sit here and listen to this because I'm sure it's really loud. So I'll bring you back when it's ready. Okay, so I've let this, woo, doggies, what am I doing? Okay, I've let this run for probably over 10 minutes, kneading and stuff. So I'm just gonna get it out. It's pulled together nicely. So it actually went up in 2 bowls, but look how clean that bowl is. But we're gonna set this aside because we're gonna use it when we're gonna let it rise. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of flour here on my clean countertop, and I'm gonna knead this out just a little bit. I just wanna make sure I've got it to the consistency that I want. I'm gonna bring this together. And it's actually pretty good where I want it. But I'm gonna knead on it a little bit more. I want it to be real pliable. Oh, if you could smell this. That wee Italian, I'm telling you. Your smell. Sorry. Okay. What we're gonna do is put some olive oil back in our bowl so I don't have to clean another one. I'm just gonna smear it all up and down the sides. Put some on there. Just like what I would bread. Okay. And then I'm gonna put a towel over it and let it rise in one spot, and then we'll start cooking the sausage. We're gonna let this rise for an hour. We'll see what it looks like in an hour, maybe longer. Okay, I'm gonna crumble that on there. Now, I should have added a little bit of olive oil. It's okay. We're gonna remove that in just a minute. Okay, let me wash my hands, and we're gonna add a few other things. I'm gonna put some frozen bell peppers, chopped. They're already chopped. I'm gonna throw them in there, and that moisture off of there is going to help the deer, or the sausage, the deer sauce, the venison sausage, and it's also going to give some moisture, or it's gonna help cook these bell peppers. And then I'm gonna grab some onions. I thought I had some in the freezer, and of course I can't find them when I need them. So I'm gonna chop up a onion and stick it in here, because we do like our supremes, but we're not gonna do a full supreme. We're just gonna do onions, peppers with the venison. Be right back. And I'll bring it back whenever it's doing a little bit more of its thing. There's my handy dandy tan wheel that I love. I'm gonna put a lid on it, and like I said, let it go low and slow. Okay, oh my goodness, this smells so good. I'm gonna break up that sausage. And I've always done this with my pizza. I've never put the raw, let's see here, what am I trying to say? I've never put raw onions or raw green peppers when I make our homemade pizza. And I am making a round pizza. I usually make, just use a cookie sheet and eat my pizza in that, because I'm feeding a big group of people. But I'm just gonna use my round. All right, our crust is ready. We're gonna plop it on here. I'm just gonna use my pizza pan. I've got a little bit of flour. Normally I would use a cornmeal, but I can't find it. It's stuck in the pantry somewhere. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's beautiful. 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 Okay. Okay, clean hands. I'm not gonna roll this out. I'm gonna press this out with my hands. It probably will not be the whole size of the pizza pan. This is a fairly big, what, like an 18-inch maybe? Yeah, anyway. So I'm just gonna press this out. Keep working this through. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a homemade pizza. It's rustic. You know, if I was one of the professionals, you know, like toss it up in the air. I'm not gonna try. Don't feel like picking that up off the ground and starting over again. Much respect to them, but I know that is not a talent I have, nor do I want to develop that practice or that muscle. Okay. I am pretty happy with this, but what I am going to do is I'll this up a little bit just to make my own little crust. Excuse me. I can't get it to stay, that's fine. What you could do if you want to, you could throw some cheese in there, you know, but I don't want to do that. I just want something that kind of builds a well. I'm not going to go real heavy on the pizza sauce because I don't like that. I don't like it really loose though either. It's got to be the right consistency. Okay. All right. Now I do not have homemade pizza sauce. I do have this unsweetened pizza sauce with avocado oil. Do not tell my husband it's unsweetened. I'm sure he will already know when he tastes it. Good thing he's gone to deer camp right now. If I can get this open. on that a little bit more. Just want to build up a little crust. All right, let's see how this goes. I do like homemade crust or homemade pizza sauce, and I do like to make it. I'm just not doing it tonight. And plus, we need to use this up. So I'm just going to keep spreading this crust. And I don't want it real heavy in certain areas, but it looks like it's going to be that way. See if we can find something else to spread this around. I don't see anything else. Put some more on there. There is a pizza place up in Aberdeen, South Dakota that both me and my husband absolutely loved. It was absolutely wonderful. It's the best pizza probably ever. Second to my pizza. And I'm not bragging. I just don't like takeout pizza. I don't like frozen pizza. I like my homemade pizza, mine. And I'm sure there's others I'd probably like, but I only had my homemade pizza. And I like That's a Pizza up in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Best pizza ever. If I could get them to send it to me right now somehow, make it happen. When I'm up there, I try to go in there and get a slice. It's just, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the best. So if you're ever in Aberdeen, South Dakota, do yourself a favor and go to That's a Pizza. Little hole in the wall. Best pizza ever, though. Okay. So I don't want it to be too soggy. Oh, by the way, should have told you.
Hello. Your oven needs to be at 425 right now. Yeah, now. Go do it. I will.
I would normally want to do with our pizzas is put the sausage, the peppers, all that stuff, mushrooms and black olives on here. And I'm not going to do the black olives and olives. I just want to bring the taste of the venison out. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the meat mixture, the venison sausage on here, then put some cheese, and then put a little bit more. So let me grab. Okay, now I'm going to put cheese. And we want to do lots of cheese. Lots of cheese. Just mozzarella, shredded mozzarella. A little bit more pleasantly looking. Make sure a little bit of coverage. Okay. As soon as the oven's ready, since I was late in putting it in, we'll get it in the oven and let it cook for 15 to 20 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it, and then we'll bring it out and we'll do a taste test. Okay, y'all, I just got it out of the oven. Pizza! Okay. I don't think I've ate a round pizza. Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that. I hope you can see it. Can't see it. Look at that. Still out in the deer woods. He's been at deer camp for the last couple of days after Thanksgiving. Actually, he left that night. If there's some left over, Johnny, I don't know. So it's pretty hot still, but I'm gonna try to take a bite. And add whatever you want to on yours, but who knew wild game? Who knew wild game would be on pizza? I like this. I like it a lot. Perfect texture of the pizza dough. I don't know if you can tell that or not. Nice and crunchy on the bottom, soft in the middle, but not too soft. Everything's incorporated well. Not a strong taste of sausage. I can taste it, so I think, you know, maybe I could have went with more of the seasonings. Maybe it's, instead of 1 tablespoon per pound, maybe I do a tablespoon and a half per pound. I don't know. I just think it's what I should have done was probably like I usually do, is cook a small amount, just do a test of it and see if I like it or not. And then I can always add more seasoning. But I'm saying, for venison, ground venison on pizza, I hope you try it. So I'm gonna end this video now. I want to thank you all for watching this. I want to again thank all the channels that collaborated in Wild Game November 2024. It's been my honor to host this for the second year in a row, and I hope I can talk all the channels that posted a video this year to come back next year, because we're going to do it again in 2025. So thank you for watching. Please go look at the playlist if you had a chance, and I guess what I should say now, it's time to eat, but God bless you, peace be with you, and we'll see you next time.